Welcome to Saucer Squad, the podcast about staying sober in the city, with your hosts, Kate Zander and Jess Valentine.
Oh my God. Hi, Jessica.
Hi. Hi, Kate.
Are you Mrs. Cox or are you Mrs. Valentine?
Cox.
Okay.
I haven't gone to Social Security and changed it yet, but it'll be Cox.
Okay, got it.
Valentine is my middle name.
Okay, got it. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has been such a long time. We need to catch up. I
know.
I haven't talked to you since, we've texted a little bit, but I want to hear everything because we didn't even.
I don't even remember the last time we recorded. Do you?
No. Maybe
No.
July? It must have been July.
It had to have been July, which is crazy.
I know.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
Where to begin?
I think we begin before the wedding because
yeah. It's been a minute.
I want to hear everything. I want to hear everything that I didn't hear because I was a guest at your wedding, obviously.
Well, okay.
So I want to hear all the stories.
I don't even know because it feels like so long ago.
I know. It wasn't that long
only
ago.
2 months ago, but it still feels like so long ago. Oh God, I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, so
okay.
I texted you once leading up to the wedding and I was like, "Are you okay?" I was just trying to leave you alone because I feel like
I was so stressed.
Yeah, when you're having a wedding, not only are you stressed that you want everything to be the way you want it, but then also everyone's asking you 10,000 questions.
Yeah. So
it's like, where do I park? Where do we eat? How do I get an Uber? All the stupidest shit in the world. I was like, I'm just leaving you alone.
I don't, and I appreciate that because I don't recommend planning a wedding to anybody. Or maybe plan a small one or something, or pay extra money for a wedding planner. I had a few major meltdowns the weeks leading up to the wedding. I honestly felt like I was losing my mind. And then it happens. And then it happens and it's over within a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how people would do it drunk or drinking at their wedding because I was stone cold sober, obviously. Yeah. And I don't even that I miss.
I also feel because you're the main attraction, right? You're getting married. So you have a list of things that you have to hit in order for the day to go. So you're moving from one thing to the next. I was like, okay, we're going to, do pictures and then this and then that.
Yeah,
and then
you're right.
I feel for you, especially as a guest, I got to chill and enjoy and take it all in. But I feel like you probably were in warp speed.
Yeah, I had to take a Xanax, or maybe I took half a Xanax the morning of because I was having a panic attack.
About what?
Honestly, it was just kind of I guess time management, if you will. Everything is okay, it's go, 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 go. But if I'm inside getting my hair and makeup done, then I can't be outside checking on the whatever.
Right.
So you really just have to trust that everyone's doing what you spoke of or delegated weeks past or whatever. So it was also, as Kate knows, was a heat wave that weekend.
It was hot.
It was so fucking hot. And the place that we were staying didn't have AC. So it was pretty crazy trying to get your hair and makeup done in that heat,
and then
with so many people in the room. Oh my God, it was crazy. But at one point I just was like, okay, well, whatever happens. This is out of my control. And I had a good time. I wish that it was longer, if that makes sense, because I really didn't get to hang out with people, and that sucked because so many people drove from so far away or flew or whatever. So that's one thing that really sucks is you don't get to show your appreciation for all the people that showed up. But I am so glad it's done.
Yeah.
I'll never do it again.
It seemed like you
Not that
had fun. I couldn't really tell. I was like, I think
yeah,
she's in, but I also could sense that you were stressed.
I was. I was really stressed. The sword swallower really stressed me out. And I felt like it just kind of she kind of threw a wrench in everything.
Why?
There was no communication between like her and the DJ and stuff.
Mm.
So like we didn't even have a first dance
Oh,
because it
yeah,
didn't get
right.
played
Yeah.
because it was just like lack of communication and like the the sword swallower was like really needy in certain ways and like I just felt like nothing that we discussed happened the way that we discussed it.
Mm.
Um but whatever. It's
I feel
fine.
like it's as a
She's a
guest, you wouldn't have never known, you know? Like I wouldn't have known that anything was awry.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's only the type of thing I
Yeah,
knew.
you would,
Like
you
it
guys
was just
probably knew.
yeah, it was just
Your
like
wedding had a lot going
awkward.
on. Also, side note, I was like telling some of our friends, I was like, I feel like in me talking to you about it, you downplayed it this whole time. And TJ and I got there and I was like, this is a big fancy ass wedding. Like,
You think so?
yeah, I was like, this is, and then I was like, I should have fucking known. Like, the invites were very fancy. And I feel like, because you're just very much like oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. Like, we've been talking about it for years now at this point. And I like showed up and I was like, I actually don't know anything about this wedding now that I'm here. And then I was like, this is
Oh,
a big fucking deal.
I don't know. I mean, I just made the wedding invites myself, so I don't really think they were like fancy, but
No, I just mean like the caliber of wedding. Like,
I don't
it was
know.
definitely like more than what you had made it out to seem to me. That it was like, oh, well, the small ceremony in the woods. And I was like, no, this is like a full ass wedding. Like,
I don't know. I have no idea.
and it was beautiful. And then I like felt guilty the whole time. I was like, oh, this
Why?
was a way bigger deal than she made it out
I
to
don't
be.
know.
And then I was like
I
even more happy for you because you looked stunning and beautiful. And it
oh,
seemed like the day
thanks.
went outside of the heat, like the day went off without a hitch, as
Yeah.
far as the
For
guest.
the most part, it did. Like, there was a lot of stuff that like I didn't plan for. Like, oh, I wish that I like realized how hard it would be to walk in heels. Then I
Mm-hmm.
would have like worn different footwear. My feet were like killing
Me
me. I
too.
had, I had two different pairs of shoes that I wore one with the ceremony and then one after. I was gonna change, but that like later, but it was like too hot, and then I ended up not scratching what I was going to change into, and I wore like the black top I wear was like $20 from Amazon, like
Mm-hmm.
last
It
minute
was cute.
purchase. But like just things don't go as planned, so you just have to kind of
Yeah.
roll with the punches. And I wish that I brought like sneakers for dancing, but I have like a pair of white, even though I was wearing a black like corset dress or whatever. I like put on white sneakers because I was like, fuck this. Like that's just like little
Yeah.
things you don't
I went
think
home
of.
because I went up the hill like to go to the bathroom, like, and I was like, I can't walk back down. Like, I have to go home now because my feet like hurt. We
No.
were like
Yeah.
dancing and
Well,
dancing
there
and
was a
dancing.
bathroom down there, right?
No, I didn't know there was a bathroom down there. Where? Like a real
To
one?
like there was like a built up like porta
Oh, I
potties.
didn't know that.
Oh,
Like
yeah, it
where?
was
Like
right there
off to the left or right?
to the right of the dance to the stage or whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
That was probably a game changer. Also, apparently there was a guy with like taking people like shuttling them on golf cart. Not me. Every time I went inside,
I
I
did see the golf
walked.
cart guy a couple times.
I don't know. But no one got wasted. Well,
I could tell
one,
some people were fading,
yes. I
but
was
it
just
wasn't
actually, I
like,
should say.
yeah, I was like, it wasn't like intense, but yeah, people were starting to like fizzle by the end of the night. As the popcorn came out, I was like, people are elevated at this point.
I didn't even see the popcorn
There were
come
like
out.
there were a few sad people.
Really?
Yeah, I think at the end, because I think weddings make people reflect on their own life also and like their own circumstances. And so
Oh, I didn't even
I
notice
feel
any of
like,
that.
yeah,
I was
I
dancing.
think. And then also somebody had their first sober wedding at your wedding. There was a
Yes,
first time sober guest, which I thought was major, and they did a
I
great
know.
job.
She did great.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny is also the DJ sober and the sword swallower
Oh,
sober,
I
like
didn't know
5 years
that.
each. It wasn't like intentional. It
Right.
just kind of happened. I think the sword swallower helped start. I don't want to say rapid recovery. That's not right. Well, I'll
One
think
of
about
them. Yeah.
it. But yeah, it was, that one person's first sober wedding. I was so proud of her. She did great.
Yeah, she came over and told me.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing that sucks is I don't know how much of like people were drinking the mocktails versus the cocktails because I didn't realize they were pre-mixing everything.
Oh, okay.
So I gave them like 6 bottles of seed lip, and I thought I was like, oh, they're probably only going to need like 1 or 2, and
Yeah.
I'll take the rest home. But no, I don't know. So I have no idea
I think
what
there was a
people were
pretty
drinking.
decent blend of people drinking the mocktails just because it was really hot. And I think like
Yeah.
they, as soon as like
Good.
we were having like drinks before the ceremony, they started passing things out. And I think a lot of people were opting for the mocktail then because they didn't want to like, they had just gotten there,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. But
I
a lot
don't
of
know,
people I was
but
around were drinking the mocktails.
then they like dumped everything.
They were good.
And it just sucked because I only got to have one, and then I put it down at the photo booth, and either me or somebody stepped backwards on it and it spilled. And then by the time I went to the bar to get my second one, it was closed. And I was just like, okay, well, I'll just drink it tomorrow because we were staying there, and they had dumped everything. So I was just like a little like annoyed at that.
Yeah,
Like that was
annoying.
a weird move. But I had some left over free. But I think people were drinking that too, which is good.
Agree.
So it was good. It was fun.
It was really fun.
It was just hot. It was just hot.
Yeah, I would say it was one of the more fun weddings that I've been to, but it was hot.
Yay.
When they lit that bonfire, I was like, what? This is the world's I've never seen a bonfire that big. So it's like the sun, to set the scene, guys, the sun finally sets and there's like a whisper of a breeze and everyone is like, oh yeah. And then they light like a 2-story bonfire. And everyone was like, oh my God, this bonfire is amazing, but like, holy fuck. It's like a furnace.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That makes sense.
I don't think anybody was. I mean, I'm sure the people were just like, okay, and then we do this, and then we do this.
Yeah.
But
maybe
like,
we should have not opted for that. You know what else I didn't get to do? I didn't get to have my my cards read.
I didn't either. I kept going up there and there was always a line. So I was
waiting,
like, I didn't want to like troll them too hard. So I was like, okay, I'll go if there's like an opening. But she was busy the whole night.
The whole night.
Yeah.
The whole night.
So it was fun. I'm glad you had fun. You looked beautiful.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, so that's that.
So that was that. And then what did you stayed there like the rest of the weekend and then went on your gallivanting honeymoon? Like what happened next? Because I was trying to leave you alone. Because I figured you were probably exhausted.
I was exhausted.
And you said Cam got sick. Wait, hold on. Before we wrap on the actual wedding, did you feel any temptations? Did you feel at risk? Like rehearsal dinner, any of that? No?
No, I mean, I had my free champagne with me. So, but no. And honestly, I don't think I even would have had the time to think about any temptations because I was literally nonstop. Like I didn't even get a chance to have water.
Right.
Thank God, this one girl, she brought me water twice. And that honestly was such a lifesaver. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much because you're being pulled in so many different directions. I didn't even have enough time to drink freaking water.
Right.
But
also, huge shout outs to your mom and sisters. They were the cutest, just dancing the whole night. They didn't leave the dance floor. They danced to every song.
Every song.
They're the best.
Literally every song.
Yeah, literally every song.
It's pretty funny. Yeah. No, and that's another thing is I guess I'm just used to being sober now. So I used to feel like I needed to drink to dance. And I mean, that obviously didn't have to be a thing. So that was cool. Also that stage area, whatever you want to call it, was so uneven because it's all stones. I don't even know how people would be able to dance sober. But one girl was on drugs apparently, and she definitely peed in the corner.
One girl
on the
that we
dance
know?
floor. No,
okay.
I don't think you know her.
Because there were definitely things going around for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like half of the guests were on mushrooms, I'm pretty sure.
That I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard like two people that we know were on that.
Yeah.
But I didn't I don't know.
And I didn't really realize that until they told me. And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're in the woods. I don't know. Good for you.
Yeah.
Please don't mix that with alcohol. I've never done mushrooms, so can't really give I have no speculation. It always scares me because I heard like some people get diarrhea from it or like hallucinate, and that is not my bag.
Oh yeah, hell no. I also wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm.
So I to this day, like I know one person specifically that was on it, but I don't know who else.
It was like a handful, yeah.
Ay. Bitches.
But it was also good to see like all those people because I don't get to see those people regularly, like all of our extended friends.
I know. The couple that has the babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Finally
like it was so nice to see them. Yeah.
So good to see them.
Mom and Dad got to get out.
Mom and Dad got out.
Yeah.
No, so it was really fun seeing. I haven't seen like most of those people since pre-COVID.
Right. And I haven't even seen like your besties like in real life in a long time either. So it was like really nice to see them.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. Crazy. It's nice to see people, but I'm back to like being a hermit.
Yeah. Okay, so
what
then
about you?
Wait,
so okay, you still want
I want
talk.
like the play-by-play. So then you stayed there for the rest of the weekend, then you left? Or what happened?
We stayed there until Monday. And then we left and came back home. And then Olivia Newton-John died and my life collapsed. And then but Cam's family was still here for a few days. So we still had to entertain them. Not that they needed really.
How was that? Were you like burned out? Were you like, okay, you can leave now?
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah.
They're so easy that no. But I also was just like, not anything towards them in particular.
Yeah,
but
no, just at the end, you're like, okay, I'm done being like around people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But, we rarely see them. So it wasn't like as annoying, not annoying, but as much as someone that you see all the time. So I was like, you don't bother me because like I don't have time for you to bother me.
Yeah.
I didn't get to have any of the cake.
You didn't? Oh my God, it tasted like Cabbage Patch Dolls.
But I don't know which one you've had, but
I think the pink one.
Okay.
Were they both? I didn't know there was more than. I didn't know there was more than one. I had a pink cake.
Oh, okay. So there was the bottom layer was Milk Bar kind, which like Funfetti meets Milk Bar. The next one I think was pink champagne.
Yep, that's what I had.
With rose.
Yes, I was gonna say it was like kind of like roses, but it was
with rose. Yes. And then
I bit into it. And I looked at Kristen and I was like, "Does this not taste like a Cabbage Patch doll?" And she was like,
"Do you mean Sour Patch?"
No, like remember how those Cabbage Patch dolls used to smell?
Smelled?
Yeah, that's like if that smell had a taste, it's a good smell, But it like the minute I bit into it, it like brought me right back to Cabbage Patch Kids, and I was
funny.
like,
I was like,
was this on purpose?
Yes, let's go with it.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember if it was 3 tiers or 2 or 3, but I know like the one that we got, one was I think the one that the top part was strawberry, and that's the one that we saved for us. I definitely think I'm missing one, but that's fine.
Well, pro tip, don't wait a whole ass year to eat it, because like eat it sooner than that, because we like broke ours open the next year and it was like gross. We didn't eat it.
Really?
Yeah, it was like icky.
I'm so upset that I didn't get to have any of that fucking cake.
Okay, well, make sure you eat it sooner than that then. So I don't at least enjoy it. It was delicious.
Cam told me how much it cost in the end, and
wedding cakes are expensive. Yeah.
What the I'm sorry.
Everything wedding is expensive.
Insane. Apparently, we're like the last cake she did because she's like famous now or something. But it looked pretty. I hope it tasted good. I would have loved to have tried it. They said they set some aside for us, and then somehow it didn't make it home. But it was gone. So
yeah,
there's that.
It was good.
Yeah, but
now you're honeymooning. Set the scene. You went to Mexico, right?
So then we're like, Yeah, we wanted to go to Greece, but two things. One, broke as fuck. I
From the
am
wedding? Yeah.
so broke.
Yeah.
And then I really, if I want to, I don't want to do Greece like lazily. I want
Mm-hmm.
to plan, and
Mm-hmm.
I could not like plan anything. So we I was like, let's just
Wait, hold
see.
on. I have
I
one
have
more
a bunch.
wedding question. Did you get my
Okay,
card and all the disposable cameras?
your card.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Okay.
just went through the cards a couple days ago. I have to order thank you cards.
No, because
Just got
I
your.
I was like gathering all the cameras off the
Oh,
tables at
you
the
did that.
end.
Thank
Yeah, and I
you.
was like spending the rest of the film that was on them, on the people dancing, and then I carried them all
Sweet.
up and I was like, I I want to make sure that you guys get these and like it doesn't get put in a tote and forgotten. So I put them in like yours or Cam's actual luggage and I was like,
Oh
I'm
my
putting my
God,
card in there
that was
too.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I didn't
Yeah.
want them to get thrown away.
Which one of you writes like a serial killer?
TJ.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely TJ.
When I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
And then I was like, Kate and TJ.
I didn't have time to write
That's
in it.
right.
And he was like,
Oh,
I
it's
bought
fine.
the card. And then he was like, okay, I'll bring the card. And then he's like, I was getting ready. And he's like, okay, I'm writing the card. And I was like, okay.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I didn't want to think. I didn't want to think.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like also our photos came like well, she emailed me them and I
Yeah.
guess you have to choose which ones you want.
Okay.
And we haven't even looked at the photos. Like that's how like
I know.
burnt out of
Yeah.
wedding we are. Um anyway, so I was like, let's just use I have miles. Let's
Mhm.
use the miles, see where it goes. That's not here. In Mexico, like Puerto Vallarta was an option. I'm like, let's do it. Let's
Mhm.
just get a all-inclusive
Yeah,
place.
let's go relax.
Just relax. And I mean, she was sick the whole time. I took a COVID test like 2 days before the wedding
Mhm.
and I was fine. I think it was just stress.
Yeah.
She took one the day before the wedding because she wasn't feeling well. And then the day of the wedding came, and I don't even know if she just didn't even have time to like feel sick. But
Yeah, she
the
probably
next
like
morning,
overrode it.
yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, your adrenaline a lot. But
Mhm.
the next day, she was so sick, and she took it. We thought we're like, oh fuck, she totally has COVID. But took more tests, negative. So thank God. Apparently, knock on wood, we haven't heard of anyone having COVID at the wedding or anything.
No, I didn't hear
But
about that either.
thank God. But just because like it was like a cesspool of sweat.
Yeah,
so
it was
I'm
hot.
like,
But at least we were
thank
outside.
God. I guess, but oh, when it's that hot.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so we went to an all-inclusive place in Mexico, and that's where I was curious if it would be like temptation and stuff. And because the last place we stayed at had like they like you know, you walk in the room and there's a bottle of champagne and a bottle of tequila.
Mm.
There was not in this one. There was just like a bottle of water,
Okay.
like nice water.
Yeah.
And the mini fridge had like I don't know, like beers in it. Like as far as alcohol is concerned, they just had like a couple like I don't even know Dos Equis or like
Yeah.
Tecate or some shit like that. But the mocktails were disgusting. I have to say, I tried like several times getting like different mocktails. I got like a virgin pina colada, margaritas, like something else. They all tasted like that super nasty fake sugar, like
Mhm.
NutraSweet. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I just ended up not even bothering with
Did you
that
feel
because I was like,
temptation
this-
or not because Cam was sick or because you were just like over it?
I think it just, yeah, I just honestly, I was like bummed that the mocktails weren't better
Yeah.
because I like love the taste of like margarita, like lime, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it tasted like Sprite or like 7 Up, but with like NutraSweet. I don't know.
Mhm.
It was just weird. And like another night I had gotten like a Sprite or whatever. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, this is exactly what that like quote unquote margarita is,
Yeah.
but with like some weird ass like simple syrup. So yeah, I mean, we just kind of stayed in the room for the most part, got room service because she wasn't feeling well, and our room had like a little plunge pool, so we were able
Oh,
to like
okay. That's great.
dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I specifically got that. And it was so quiet. There was like no one there. got a massage like one day. Yeah, so
How
it was
long was
really
it? How long were you there?
nice.
A week?
2,
Okay.
just under 2, because the last time we went to Mexico, it rained the whole time, and then we extended our trip. So I was like, let's just preemptively extend it. And that's what we did. And it honestly was like very, very necessary. We just like laid in bed and watched like Spanish, like true crime.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, that's like all we did. And then it rained every like night, only at night. So it was just like nice, just not having to think about anything.
How
And
does
then we
it feel
came
to be
home.
married? Does it feel different? It does feel a little
No.
different, right?
I don't, it's weird to say I'm married.
Right, yeah.
Or, wife, the word wife. But other than that, it's like whatever. Yeah, so then we came home for like 4 days, and then we had to go to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from like hot to cold. And then Cam was in Alaska for a month.
Okay.
I was there for like 2 weeks. And then
Weren't you guys, I know you just got married, but like, weren't you sick of each other at this point?
not yet.
Because traveling's hard when you're with your partner because you are like together nonstop.
Yeah.
You don't really do anything apart, you know?
Also, like I feel like I get really stressed out when traveling.
Me too.
And I am one of those outwardly, like if I'm stressed out, you're gonna know because I'm gonna be short with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm always like that at airports because it gives me high anxiety. So I just was really tried just being aware of how I was, behaving and stuff. But honestly, even though like it's stressful, the amount of stress that was like lifted when the wedding like was over, like it was fine.
There were no major to-dos, so you could like relax.
No, yeah. However, I will say I got home 2 weeks before Cam, and those 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, then you got to be alone for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And she's like, "Do you miss me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I miss watching our shows."
Not yet. Yeah,
because I can't watch our shows.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, just that, and then working like crazy to make up for time lost. We got a kitten a couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then
what's her name? Countess.
It's Countess Lipsch. Her name's. I wanted to name her Villanelle after the show Killing Eve.
Yeah, that's cute.
We didn't agree on that. Yeah, her name is Countess Lipschen. Do you remember the movie The Witches with Angelica Houston?
Mm-hmm. Of course, and the book. The book is so good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Roald Dahl or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Grand High Witch, her cat's name is Lipschen.
Oh, nice.
So, it's Lipschen.
That's cute. Okay, so do you say Countess or do you say Lipschen? Is it a girl cat?
I've just been saying Lipschen. Okay. But she is like the Countess. Like that is her title.
Is she getting along with Gigi?
It's only been a couple days, and so far we're just like slowly. It's happening very slowly. Mm-hmm. They're both like interested in one another, but they're not like playing or hanging out yet. Mm-hmm. Nothing like that. So,
how's your stress level now? Just like work stuff, but hopefully manageable.
Yeah. Just work stuff. Honestly, catching up. I'm still like pretty in debt because of the wedding. Mm-hmm. And like right before the wedding, I don't know if you remember, but I was like Gigi's surgery.
Yeah, the dog got sick.
Yeah, she almost died. So that was like 13 grand just to like, obviously I charged it.
Sure.
So I like hadn't fully even gotten myself out of that hole before like having to like pay off the rest of the things for the wedding, and then how it goes. So I'm just working and trying to like catch up on my bills and all that. But I mean, no complaints as far as like life is concerned. It's
sort of
I'm
like
the
grinding time of year also, where like everyone's super busy. So that's at least a relief. Like no one's having fun anymore. Yeah. Summer's over.
Yeah. And then we're almost, the holidays are right around the corner. Yeah. But yeah, I don't even know, man. It's been a wild ride, and I haven't seen you in so long. I was going to say, we have to like get into your catch-up. I know, I've missed you too. I feel like,
do you know how many messages I've fielded about when is Jess coming back? I'm like, I don't know. She's taking some time. She'll come back when she wants to.
Someone said, "What happened to the where's the podcast?" And I replied, "On iTunes." But they have you and they've got Jack.
No, guys, she's still here. I was
I'm
telling
still
Jody,
here for
I was
now.
like, I enjoy doing it with you.
I know. I enjoy like chatting with you and stuff. All right. Well, that was catching up with Jess.
That's catching
next
up with
week we'll have
Jessica.
not next week. Next time we'll have catching up with Kate. So
okay,
until
also,
we meet again,
all the guests that I've had on don't know the outro. So I'm happy that you're back.
Oh, it's so easy.
I know,
until
but it
we
is
meet again.
us. Be nice to yourself.
Be nice to yourself. And don't forget,
hangovers
suck.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Every review helps other listeners find us. Music by Dead Go West. Art by Kate Sander. For show notes and resources, check out seltzersquad.com.